Why did you lie to us the other day?
I don't know if it's a lie. I think, me and Tone talked it over. I think we're going to get the Blueprint crew out in Muskoka or sometime soon, and we'll let the video judge it.
Forward to that. What did you make of the first preseason game? What was your main takeaway?
Yeah, I think it wasn't our best game. I think we're kind of just getting back into it. I think our defensive structure wasn't too sound. I think we let a lot of slip plays into the middle, which isn't good by us. So I think we're just trying to clean that D zone up, and keep our offense hot. I think we scored a lot of goals there and made some good opportunities. So I think we want to keep that up, but just become better defensively.
Playing with another Nylander tonight. What similarities, if any, do you see between the brothers?
Yeah, I think the way they get dressed, everything they have is similar. So he's an incredible player. He skates well, shoots the puck just like Willie does. So it's gonna be fun to play with him. I'm excited.
He's like a late dresser, like Willie always takes the last minute. Is that it? Or?
We'll see. I haven't seen him before a game, but yeah, Willie's last minute. So we'll see if he tends to do the same.
What do you make of Easton? How he's coming to camp?
He's good. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he's doing so well. I think he's incredibly skilled. He uses his feet and his skill to get away from, bigger players. And he creates plays. Yeah, I think he's an unreal talent, and I think we're really happy to have him here.
Berube, what sort of impression has he made on you so far?
Yeah, he reminds me kind of just like myself. I think he's a big, strong player. I love the crowd pump. I thought that was amazing. It's good to see, that energy being brought in by a guy like that. So it's fun to watch him play.
Did that surprise you at all? Like, first ever NHL preseason game, you could do that?
No, I think everyone's got a lot of energy and a lot of emotion into the game, and obviously wants to make a name for himself and make it on this team. So, I think everyone's trying to do their part and do anything they can to make it.
What did you make of the Max Pacioretty game and just the early going to him here?
Yeah, I thought he played well. He obviously is a veteran in this league, and he played like it. I think he made some unreal plays, and he was a guy we could rely on in any situation. Obviously he was playing the last minute of the game and was on the ice for that goal. So it's good to have him here.
Early days, of course, but what stands out about Mark Savard and what he's going to bring to the power play this year?
Yeah, I think he has a good structure to it. I think I think he's going to help a lot with our breakouts and getting into the zone cleanly. I think we have a lot of skilled players on the ice that can make plays, but I think he's going to really elevate their games and make it a lot better.
Why do you think the breakouts will be better? Or why do you think in particular he can help there?
Yeah, I just think we didn't have enough speed coming into it. I think he's going to urge us to come into the zone with speed and make simple plays. Not overhandle it. When we get past the blue. So I think he's going to really simplify that game for him, and I think he's going to elevate everyone.
What do you have as a fourth liner, where you have Amanda and then what's the metric?
Yeah, he's a veteran player. He's played in the league for however many years. I think I can learn a lot from him. I think guys can kind of lean on him. I think he's a good presence to have in the locker room, good voice on the bench. So he's a wonderful guy.
So Nick, how would you describe your sense of anticipation to get into a preseason game here?
I'm very excited. I think our whole group's excited. We're excited to go out there and kind of get the rust off and get back into game action.
What is your approach tonight? What do you expect from yourself?
Obviously to work hard, control what I can control, and as the game goes, you get more confident, you get more comfortable, and these preseason games are meant for you to get comfortable and kind of get back into it. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Are you happy with the way the roster looks, that you're going to get a good long look on power play, look like your penalty killing too as well?
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity for all of us, not just myself. Obviously they're going to play their top players, and we look forward for the challenge, and we're all just excited to go.
Was it when you see Max jump into that spot where you've been practicing, score a couple goals the other night, does that motivate you at all?
No, it's good to see him do it. He's had a tough road, and for him to start off like that, it's good to see that he's going on a good step.
Do you feel like you're in competition with a player in particular, or just competing with yourself to do the best you can do?
It's not just, you're always competing. I just got to do what I got to do. I'm focused on myself and just playing well, and coaches sort that stuff out. We're all competitors. We're not just competing against one guy. We're always competitors in practice and competitors against other team games.
You said few days ago that having a healthy summer really mattered. Are you feeling it still, that healthiness?
After these few days, I don't know, but yeah, I feel in good shape. I think this summer prepared me for how tough this camp was and is, and my body feels great.
Has Craig had a specific message for you coming into this camp or early in camp at all?
I just think the message for everyone is we got to compete. I think we got to set the tone for our team going this season is to compete and to set ourselves to a high standard and to compete against us and our teammates in practice and games. So the biggest message is compete and to start our identity now.
What stood out about your brother during summer training? What stood out about your brother during the summer training? What sort of season do you think he's lining up to have?
Well, he's obviously prepared. He prepares very high end, but he had surgery in the summer, so I only got to see a couple of weeks of him, but I know that he's going to find any opportunity to get better even when he was having that foot surgery, so he's looking forward to having a good season and look forward to seeing him.
Easton, how did you assess the preseason opener for yourself the other night?
Yeah, it was good. Unfortunately, we lost. I felt like we got better as the game went on. I got more confident in my game and felt like I just kept it simple.
Mm-hmm. So what do you want to carry over into tonight's game?
Just bring a bit more confidence, carry the puck a bit more. I find like I had a bit more, space than I thought out there, and just getting back adjusted to the speed, and it'll be easier for me to adjust tonight. Obviously, with playing last game and having a little game under my belt, and just getting back into it. So I'm excited again for tonight.
What did you learn about Nikita Kurenkin that night?
Yeah, he's obviously a great player, has a ton of skill, and he can chuck him too, I guess.
That surprise you at all? Yeah.
No. I could kind of tell he had it in him, and he plays hard and he competes, so it was cool to see that.
What's the communication like with him? Because I know he's, English is a work in progress maybe with him right now.
He's learning a lot. It's actually better than you would think. I feel like he has pretty good English. Obviously, it's tough coming over, overseas and stuff, so he's doing a really good job.
What was it like for you when you bumped up into the Tavares Pacioretty line? Like, what did you feel when you were with those guys?
Yeah, obviously, two veterans in the league, and both of them have a lot of games played. So it was very fun playing with them. Very smart players, and I learned a lot even just sitting on the bench with them.
Yeah, like what stood out listening to those guys?
Just like obviously just learning where to dump pucks in. Smart little plays that create goals, and just getting to the net, and good things will happen.
What does a night like this present you in terms of an opportunity, because you'll be facing such a different lineup obviously than you faced on Sunday night? Like, when you look at the chance here, what can you show?
Yeah, I'm kind of just going into it as I'm just having fun. I'm playing against some really good NHLers tonight. Obviously Kachuk and Stutzel and Giroux, all great players. So it'll be really fun to play against them. I'm kind of just looking to have fun tonight and just play my game, work hard, and looking to show what I can do.
Is that something you take from last year, going through the whole season, as soon as the comfort level and having been through it once and that sort of thing?
Yeah, just obviously as the more games you play in the preseason, you get more comfortable. So, like I said, I'm just taking it day by day right now. Building brick by brick, and just getting better each and every day. And I'm learning lots, even in that pregame skate. You learn something new, and whether it's the power play, penalty kill, or just 5-on-5, you learn something new every day, whether it's video or on the ice. So, like I said, I'm just having fun here. I'm at an NHL camp, so just enjoying life right now.
Can you give us an example? What's something you just learned?
Just different stuff on the PK, where to have your sticks, and 5-on-5, how to be better positionally out there, with our system. So I'm just learning as the day goes on.
Pretty darn good PKer in the O. Like, how different is it here though?
Yeah, obviously, I feel like you get more offense out of it, and sometimes the power play guys in the OHL are a bit sleepy out there, so you can create a little more. But everyone's dialed in here, so when you think you have a 2-on-1, you really don't, because they're coming back hard. So just getting adjusted to that it'll take some time for me for sure.
What's the Craig Berube camp like?
It's tough, and that's what you want. The camps that I've been through that have been tough, these coaches demand a lot of the players, and it's no secret when they set the standard high in the first couple of days and the intensity's high and the compete level's high, then that's kind of, like I said, it sets the standard for the season, and you kind of get off on a better foot. So it's been great. The intensity's been great, and guys are battling, so it's good to see.
The guys battling, you're on a PTO. How does that feel to be battling other guys that are in that room this year?
Yeah, it's good competition. It's maybe a little bit extra motivation, but at the same time, my job's simple. It's come in here and try to earn a job. I don't have to go out and do anything flashy. I just got to play the game that's got me to this point so far.
What was it like to look at the board and see who you were going to be practicing with?
Yeah, I know. We got that email yesterday, and after a couple of days off, getting thrown right into the fire like that. So I had a little chuckle with those guys before the skate, and they're great guys. obviously you can tell what they do off the ice or on the ice throughout the season, and it's very special. But when you're in the locker room and off the ice with those guys, they're just normal guys and very welcoming, very accommodating. So, like I said, we just had a good little chuckle before the skate, and we went out there, and I just tried to make the most of it. So.
How's the body feel? Like, it looked like you were stretching things out. Like, how did it react to this practice?
It was good, actually. Like I said, I'm just testing things right now, getting back to almost 100%. But I'm feeling confident, feeling strong. Again, when you take a few days off, like I just did it, and when the intensity is this high, you kind of got to get your legs back under you a little bit. So after the first couple drills, I was feeling fine again. So I'm already excited to get back out here tomorrow.
I know Paul Maurice spoke really high of you in the Stanley Cup playoffs when I was there. He said the energy you bring when you put you in the line. What is a Lorentz game?
Big, strong, physical, and simple. Doesn't get too much more complicated than that. When I'm not playing my game, I'm trying to do too much, and I'm not making plays and stuff like that. So my style is just chip and chase, kind of skate through guys and use my size to my advantage. I think I got a good stick and I can move well for a big guy. And when I'm out there 5-on-5, it's just to disrupt and take up space. And once I get those pucks in the corners, then it's just kind of create energy and, like I said, get to the front of that net. So when I'm doing that, I'm successful, and then the confidence kind of stems from there. And then obviously I take a lot of pride in being on the PK. I learned a lot last year. I might not have got a ton of ice time in Florida. Looking at that depth chart, I got to learn from so many good players in front of me. So just because I wasn't on the ice doesn't mean I wasn't learning, and watching that penalty kill and just all special teams in general and in all situations was a big learning curve for me, learning experience, and it was nice to be able to watch obviously a winning team and a winning formula.
How nice is it to come to a new team? There's a couple of guys coming with you, Ollie and Stonewall.
Definitely makes things a lot easier when you got some familiar faces in the locker room, and playing with Max Domi a couple of years ago in Carolina was great too. So not just those guys, but within the first day, I think I knew a lot of guys on a first name basis, which I've been on. It's my fourth team in 4 years, so sometimes get a lot of names coming at you right away. But like I said, everybody's been so great and accommodating, so it just really makes you feel like you can go out and play your game and not worry about distractions on the side and being nervous and stuff like that. When you're out there and you're comfortable and you're feeling good with everybody, then things fall into place.
What'd you do your day with the cup?
Day with a cup. I'm just up the road in Kitchener-Waterloo, so took it to the hospital, did a couple hours there, so that was great. Just being able to make those people's day a little bit better, and took it to my workout, my gym afterwards, to the local rink for a couple hours, and then took it to my fiance's house, and we had a little bit of a party there. So.
Did you drink or eat anything a little bizarre out of it?
We did quite a bit of stuff out of the cup, and some things when I wasn't around, I think some other people were having their beers and stuff out of the cup, but I got German roots, so the quirky thing I guess we did was sausage and sauerkraut, and then maybe a Caesar or something to drink out of the cup too. So that was pretty cool. I asked if we could rim the cup with a Caesar rimmer, but we weren't allowed to do that. I guess there's rules against that. So, but no, it was a great day, and the thing's it's heavy. By the end of the night, I had to use my knee to try to throw that thing up there, but I guess that's a good problem to have, and hopefully I have that problem again here soon.
What was that feeling like of hoisting it over when you're on the ice there?
Everyone says you can't really put into words, and it's so true in the heat of the moment, because you work your whole life to get to that moment, and being on the spot like that, 5-10 minutes after it happens, when reporters are saying, hey, how does it feel? You're just like, how do you summarize, the first 23 years of your life that, all you've ever wanted to do is that goal, and now you've achieved it, right? So it's hard to put into words, and I think it's something that'll take time over time to be able for it to set in, but it's very special. That's just the most I can do. It's such a sacred trophy, and obviously every kid's dream to be able to host something like that. So, like I said, I think when you win it, it's not like you're just satisfied and you kind of sit back. It's like now that taste is in your mouth, and you just want to do it over and over and over again.
Do you let yourself imagine what it would be like to do it here?
I've tried, and I try to keep things in perspective, and day at a time. But obviously, growing up a Leafs fan and seeing the struggles and even the success throughout some playoff rounds and the momentum they get, this is such a hockey city, and it's no secret. Obviously, it would just be mayhem if the Leafs were able to do it. So I think this team has a lot of potential. The sky's the limit, and I think if the pieces fall into place and guys buy in, then we can go and have a really good run.
Was that your first tattoo?
That is actually my second tattoo, but we got it done a couple days after. I think a couple artists came over and did close to half the team. So I don't know if I'm done it yet. I might color it in or something like that. But I got two legs for a reason, right? So hopefully, hopefully we can get one on the other side here soon too. Yeah.
Steve Lorentz just showed his Stanley Cup tattoo. Do you have Stanley Cup tattoos?
Sort of. I have these two right here, just the 16 and
16
17.
and 17.
Yeah, just real subtle. Yeah. Not as big as some of these other guys I've seen.
It seems like a fine tradition, though. That's happening.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, when you win it, it's a special feeling. So, yeah, it makes sense to memorialize it like that.
What was it like for you to get back into a kind of NHL environment, play a game in that building again?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Playing some good competitive hockey again against a good team that played really well. I don't know what team they came ready to play, so it was exciting. I had a lot of fun.
How would you describe where you're at going into this season, physically, mentally?
Yeah, physically great. I haven't felt this good physically in a long time. Excuse me, mentally as well. Obviously, it's just been a long time since I've seen that kind of game action, so getting back in there was great. Getting my feet wet a little bit of a challenge coming in halfway like that after sitting for a while, but that kind of stuff is what it is. So really, all in all, I'm feeling really good.
What inspired you to come back, Matt, and not hang them up after the surgery and say, okay, I won the cup here, my career's been good, but I still want to inspiration?
Yeah, I just feel like I still have a lot to give, and I also wanted to do right by Dr. Kelly, who did great work and has helped me feel a lot better, and all the guys that put in time and effort with me in my rehab process. I felt like I had to make something out of it. So I feel like I owe a lot to those guys, and I've mentioned them by name a bunch of times, and they know how important they've been to my recovery process. So I just wanted to do right by those guys.
Where are they located? Like here, Toronto, or New York? Or?
Well, yeah, lots. I mean, Dr. Kelly and his team are in New York. Artie Hairston, who I mentioned a bunch of times here with the team. John Elkin, my goalie coach, I've been with forever. Rich Rottenberg here with the team. Everybody in the gym here. I mentioned a lot of these guys by name a lot. I wanted to get proper recognition, and especially a guy like Artie, who worked with me tirelessly day in and day out through the whole, whatever it was, 7 months, every day in the gym. So those guys, mean a lot.
How would you describe what it was like before the surgery, what you were dealing with?
Yeah, it got to a point where I felt like it was starting to affect other things. My hips were always sore, but I thought that was kind of, it's kind of common among goalies. It led to, some groin stuff, some low back stuff, some other stuff in, other regions that I just felt like my whole body wasn't working properly the way it should be. So consulted with Dr. Kelly, and he mentioned that the younger the better. When you do a surgery like that, you recover a lot better when you're younger. So I just decided it was the right time to get it done.
A lot of us have penciled in a Wall Stolarz tandem. What do you do to kind of upset that and work into this thing?
Yeah, it's a competition. I think I just got to, bring everything I have every day, leave it all out there, and let the rest take care of itself, honestly.
Did you set any goals for yourself coming into this year, what you want to accomplish?
Like I said, I think the most important thing for me is just to take things one day at a time. If I leave it all out there every day, the rest will take care of itself. I show what I can do, and the decisions aren't up to me. So that's the way I look at it.
What were you like waiting to get back? I guess how did you handle that mentally?
How did I handle the waiting?
Yeah, like the waiting and working your way back.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, those guys that I mentioned made it a really enjoyable process, quite honestly. Working with Artie every day, he keeps an amazing attitude and kept me in line as well on the days where it felt like Groundhog Day a little bit, and I wasn't able to get on the ice for a pretty long time, which can be, mentally draining. So having a guy like Artie there to keep me in line, and everybody else, the team around me, again, I owe a ton to those guys, and they kept it fun, they kept it interesting, and we kept progressing, setting certain targets and hitting them, because that mentally, it feels good to have a target and to hit it. So again, I owe it all to the team that I have around me.
Do you learn anything about yourself through a rehab process like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I think, one thing is that, I really enjoy the process, even of just coming in and working out. When I wasn't on the ice, I was still, enjoying the process, like I said. And most of that I owe to, again, the guys around me that created an amazing environment. That was the biggest thing that I learned from it, is just having the right team around you can make all the difference. And here in Toronto, it's a special group, not just the guys in the room, which goes without saying, but the training room and the gym guys and everybody that creates an unbelievable environment here for us. That stuff, it's invaluable.
Max was saying there's a little nervous going into that game the other night, and you helped kind of calm him down. What was your sense of Patrick?
He was good. I think obviously coming in, he wants to make an impression. Obviously, he's a very established player. Has a lot of success. very good understanding of how he impacts the game. So I thought as the game went on, we got better and better, and great to see him be rewarded. Obviously a very, very good player, and he's had a tough circumstances the last couple of years. So coming in feeling good, healthy, excited about the opportunity here. So it was a lot of fun.
What comes to mind when you cross the rings and Matt Murray sitting there in his equipment and everything and back here?
Yeah, I think, many people didn't see last year, but Murray was here every day, and he worked his rear end off on just the rehab and the commitment he made to get better and get healthy and wanting to continue to push forward and keep playing, and obviously playing here. So I know he's excited to start fresh and feeling good and ready to push himself. So I know how excited he was coming into camp and talking to him a couple weeks leading in. So great to see, because we saw firsthand how hard he worked on getting healthy and doing what he could to be available and obviously coming back and being here. So really happy for him.
If it does work out that you and Max end up playing a lot together, how do you think the two of you can feed off each other?
Well, I think, we both played in the league for a while, so I think get a good sense of just what you need to do to be productive and be successful and be consistent. So, we hadn't practiced before the game the other night together, so I think we just tried to talk and just tried to keep it simple and get a good feel for one another. And not just talking on the ice, but just a little bit before the game and on the bench, and just getting feedback and getting a feel for things. And I talk a lot about getting a sense of someone's habits or their body language, and certain things that they do that you can read off of or get a sense of their instincts. And so I think that sometimes comes a little quicker than maybe playing with other guys, and sometimes it takes a little bit. It's always an interesting thing to try to break down chemistry and a feel for who you're playing with and all those sorts of things. But anytime you get some success, see the puck go in the net, it's always positive and things to build on.
What sort of progression have you seen from Cowan versus last year?
Yeah, I think he's continuing to grow and evolve. I think there's no doubt the skill set is great and going to be an extremely productive player. High-end offensive ability, thinks the game extremely well. And I just love his passion for the game and the competitive element that he brings. I think wants to be that dog on a bone type of mentality, and then let his playmaking ability, his instincts for the net kind of come out. And I think you can see just a little bit more sure of himself in terms of what to expect in the day-to-day, in practice, in the gym, things like that. So absolute great kid. Love his attitude and his approach and his hunger to wanting to be a great player, make an impact. So played a few shifts with him the other night, and you just get a sense of his hockey sense, his ability to read the play, understand the game is elite.
You have so many young players ready to make that leap, it looks like, and guys in here on PTOs like Max and Steve. As a veteran who's taking it all in, what's the competitive nature of hockey players coming out in that room?
Well, that's what it's all about. That's what playing at this level in this league and trying to do what we want to do as a club and as a team and as a group of guys coming together. That's what it's all about. So, to have success, you need depth and different players, different roles, different ages, skill sets, all those sorts of things, and how all that shakes out. I think that's what every day training camp, preseason, and into the season is all about. So part of coming together as a team. So it's what makes the game great and special and a lot of fun, and try to embrace it and enjoy that.
Steve Lorentz showed us his Stanley Cup tattoo, and Matt Murray showed us what he did in terms of tattoos. Did you do anything?
No tattoos. I don't have any tattoos. So I just enjoyed it, when I had it. It was great feeling, and shared it with my family back home and in Philly too. So I had it a couple times.
But important to have guys like that in the room, guys.
Yeah, definitely. And then I think having the experience is great. They've been through it and they understand what it takes, and that we're fortunate to have those guys.
What forced Austin off the ice today?
Just an upper body thing. It's not serious. He should be fine.
Did you like Mitch at center by any chance?
Well, I think Mitch is talented enough to play anywhere, to be honest with you. So he was fine at center. Yeah, it's good fill in there.
What went into giving Robertson a look in this group versus, obviously he started camp practicing with Tavares? Why did you decide to put him at this group for his first preseason game, Nick?
Oh, I can't play everybody at home, and I wanted to play certain people at home, and also I want to see, some younger guys, and he's a younger guy going on the road and playing in Ottawa here tonight, and they'll have a good lineup at home. So there's nothing. Don't look into it too much.
What do you want to see from him tonight?
Well, using his talents, his speed. He's been great here in camp. His work ethic has been unbelievable. He's hounding pucks and on pucks. He's strong on it. Like, he's just got to do that tonight in the game. He doesn't have to complicate the game. Using his speed, playing straight lines, be responsible defensively.
Is it better for the young guys in a way, like Nick, to be the main guy on the power play? Like to get reps?
They get reps and they get touches, and it's obviously different for them, but it's also good in the other way. Now we can see what they can do, and they're going to be out there a lot. So, and he'll be out there penalty killing tonight too.
Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't really seem to have much use for what you would call an enforcer earlier throughout your coaching career. Even when you had Wayne Simmons, you didn't really deploy him in that manner. So I was just wondering what.
I don't deploy anybody in that manner.
Okay.
They do their job, and I had Wayne Simmons. He scored goals. He was a good player, and he did that stuff too. When he had to stick up for a teammate, or whatever the situation came about, he handled it. So it's no different than having Ryan Reeves on our team.
I was about to ask about Ryan Reeves. What is reasonable to expect from him this year? What would you like to see from him that he can bring?
Well, I think more than anything, he's a guy that is big and physical. He can wear the other team down. He can, try to get some hits on the defense on the other team, get to the net, score some goals around the net, be a difficult player to play against, and again, just be responsible defensively.
What do you think of Cowan's game the other night? Is there an area you'd like him to build on tonight?
Well, he did some real good things. Like, I moved him around the line. I wanted to see him with different players and things, which we did. And, he got a little power play and things like that, and maybe a little bit of penalty kill. But he did some good things. He like I said, he's a very good player. There's a couple situations where maybe he could have made a different decision with the puck than he did. But overall, I was pretty pleased with his effort and, what he did in the game.